workbook yesterday as well, so that's up on the website.
Can you what's not what's that mean? Can you email me the link to it?
Yeah, sure.
Or just the URL? I'll just put it up on the shared screen.
Are we live?
We are live, in fact.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying, why is the election coverage here?
I actually already emailed it to you.
You did, I don't want to open my email in front of the world. Just give me the URL. Wow,
Oh,
that's a weird picture. I hate that picture. This is like, please don't take this picture. Let's not just take the picture. We need a website. We're like, oh, fine. Weirdo. Okay, go ahead. What's the URL?
Honestly, that photo, like, it didn't come out too bad.
Okay, Jawad, can you help me? I'm dictating from you.
What?
What's that?
Like, his
Yeah,
hair
can
is,
you
like,
Oh,
send
blurry.
the URL
Yeah.
the URL for the document's going to be like super long and complicated. I'm just going to send it in the private chat in a second.
Oh, okay.
I'll turn on the TV.
Oh, the private chat's even better. Private chat. Okay, while that's happening, Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. You got to send it to the guests, not to me. Because I'm on the work screen thing. You got to private chat it to the work screen. Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Why I put you guys on live while I was in the middle of hearing Maryam's amazing progress, actually. So she went from a 60 before to a 75 to now an easy 85 to a 90. Let's hear it.
Close it.
You see the confidence? Close it. Move the water bottle.
Yeah, which
Or
one's
block
mine?
it. Doesn't matter.
This is mine.
Yes, okay, go.
Okay. هو ينصر هما ينصراني هم ينصرون هي تنصر هما تنصراني هن ينصرن
Mhm.
أنت تنصر أنتما تنصراني
Mhm.
أنتم تنصرون
Mhm.
أنت تنصر and oh okay I remember this one أنت تنصرين.
Do you remember this one, or did you hear a whisper from
I
Shaitan?
I remember the Ina.
Did you hear whisper from Shaitan, or was that you?
No,
Huh?
I remember one of them had Ina.
Okay, so start over.
Okay. هو ينصر هما ينصراني هم ينصرون هي تنصر هما تنصراني هن ينصرن أنت تنصر أنتما تنصراني wait.
You go here. Look at me. You go here. Then you go here. Then you go here. You remember that show?
أنتم تنصرون.
Right. I won't make you start over this time, but let's see. Another train wreck and you are starting over.
Okay.
One train wreck is okay. So أنت
تنصرين أنتما تنصراني أنتم تنصرنا.
The one you put. You said the word right, but the pronoun wrong.
أنتم تنصرنا.
أنتن
تنصرنا.
And then
أنا نصرنا.
Oh, أنا أنصر. نحن ننصر. Okay, I'll give you an 87.
Okay.
Tomorrow will be a 97, inshallah. Okay.
What's that?
Good progress. Yes.
Just as a heads up, it looks like the Bayyinah website live stream isn't working. So you're probably going to see people complain about that.
Let's fix that.
I think no, it's I don't think it's a fixed thing. It looks like it's down. Like it's just a loading screen.
Well, give me a second.
إسلاما فهو مسلم.
How about now?
Yeah,
Check.
Your lips are chapped.
I know.
Nothing?
I think I have chapstick. I know this chocolate.
It's working.
Okay, great.
Very good.
Alhamdulillah. All right, let's start with some work. Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. You guys have learned aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Not muslimun. Muslimun moved to Kabul. Muslimun is still here. Yes, because we're not learning Dari. We're learning
Arabic.
Arabic. And in Arabic, there's no le. There's no a sound. There's only e.
Li.
There's u, a, and
E.
e. So there's no a. A doesn't exist, and o doesn't exist.
Okay.
Okay. So if there's no muslimun, it can only be
Muslimun.
muslimun. Okay. Uslima.
Uslima.
Uh-huh.
Yuslamu.
Good. Uslima yuslamu. Same word again.
Islaman.
Islam.
Fahuwa Muslimun.
Muslamun. Not muslamun, but
Muslamun.
muslamun. Okay.
Yeah, I got
Now, this is just the past tense, meaning it's like the word
it.
aslama.
Uh-huh.
I want to know if these are from the aslama family or no.
Okay.
Is aqaba like aslama?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like aslama
Mm-hmm.
because it starts with a, and then there's a sukoon,
Yeah.
and then there's a
No, it's not part of
la
the family.
and aslama.
Oh wait, no.
Aqaba. Clearly, it's the same family, right?
No,
right?
no,
No?
no.
Okay.
No.
No.
Yeah.
You, everybody okay with no?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
If it was aqaba,
Yeah, then it would be.
then it would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause it-
Iqtaraba.
No.
Why not?
Because it may have an alif, but there's no hamza.
Also, even if there was a hamza, even if it was like that, it still wouldn't be because it's aqtaraba.
Yeah.
And that one's just as
Lama.
lama. So that's too big.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. A'rada.
Yes.
Takabbara.
No.
Akhbara.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's move over a little bit. Jadala.
No.
But it has an alif.
But it's not in the beginning. It doesn't have a hamza. And it doesn't have a sukoon either.
Correct. A'lana.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it has a ain.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Ta'awana.
No. Because it doesn't have a hamza, nor does it have a sukoon with it.
Aflaha.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'll work.
Totally. Aslama aflaha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aflaha.
Insarafa.
No. There's no hamza.
Okay. So look up. Istaqbala.
No.
No. Infa'ala.
No.
No.
Anzala.
Yes.
Yes.
Ahada.
No.
Good. Allama.
No.
No. Okay. Let's see. Let's zoom out. See if there's more. Oh, there's one more column. Great. Okay.
No, this one's
Yes.
yeah,
Yes or no, Mariam?
Yes.
Ahmed, yes or no? تذكر?
No.
No. فرق, yes or no?
No.
No.
You should make us give the explanation.
أخرج.
Oh, it's my turn?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, it'll work.
Totally. أفسد.
Yes.
Okay, now the fun begins. That wasn't the fun part. That was the baby part. Like, give me something. Give me real work.
Yes.
Mama didn't raise no chump. أعرض.
Uh-huh.
You said أسلم يسلم إسلاما فهو مسلم. أسلم يسلم إسلاما فهو مسلم. Guess what I'm going to make you do?
Oh, the chart. No.
أعرض.
أراد يعرض.
أسلم يسلم.
Oh, أراد يريد.
That was already good. Don't ruin it.
يريد. فهو
أعرض يعرض, and then there's إسلاما, so that would be
إعرادا. فهو
start over. That was good, but start over.
أراد يريد إعرادا فهو معرض.
Ridon. Start over because it was bumpy.
أراد
Start over because you said أعرض.
أراد يريد إعرادا فهو معرض.
Okay, one bump I'll allow. Okay, go ahead. Next line. أسلم يسلم إسلاما فهو مسلم.
أسلم.
Oh, there's nothing to do with Islam. let's do the i'rab.
إعراب.
Uslima.
أس
Isn't it the second line?
Yeah.
Uslima.
أسلم.
So?
أريد.
Yes.
And then يسلم.
So?
ي
Yu'.
ع
Yu'.
ي أريد.
You're looking up and you'll never find the answer up there. No, that's just
أريد.
the ceiling.
أريد.
What's the word? What's the
يسلم.
No, that was the first line.
Oh, يسلم.
So? No, the answer's not up there. Answer's on the screen. Yu'.
يريد.
Okay, yu'rida. But the word you just said was yuslamu.
Yes. La.
So
Radu.
Yu'radu.
Oh, I keep saying. Wait. So where's the yellow?
You have to
Dumisha.
Oh.
Dumisha.
Oh. Radu.
Yes. Start over. Hey, that's the pain of sarf. You got to do it over and over. This is how it's done. A'rada.
أعرض.
Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa
يعرض.
No, you're still on the first line now. Start it over.
Oh, okay. So أعرض.
Nope, there's no a'radu. Start over.
أسلم.
There's no aslamu. Oh my god. Aslama.
أسلم. So أعرض.
Yes.
And then يريد.
Yu'ridu.
يريد.
Because it's yuslimu.
يريد.
Yes.
And then Islam. Okay. أريدا.
What's the word? What's the original
Islaman.
word? Islaman. So
إعرادا.
excellent. أعرض يعرض إعراضا فهو
مسلم. So
well, no, فهو مسلم. First line.
فهو مسلم. Yeah.
So this is Muslim?
Wait, are we on the first line?
Yeah, we went back to the first line, and you forgot in the middle of doing the first line that we're back on the first line.
Oh, okay. Muslimun.
First line.
Oh, Muslimun.
So
Or mu'ridun.
excellent.
And then
Second line. What's the line that you memorized? What's the second line anyway?
no.
Uslima.
Uslima. Yuslamu.
Yes.
Islaman. Fahuwa muslimun.
Yes.
So aslimu. Aslamu.
In your head, uslima, right?
Uslima.
Uslima. U-I-A. Uslima.
Is uslima.
So
Rida. Rida. Yuslamu.
therefore,
Yes. So.
your
You.
second one always gets a ya.
Yeah. So you.
Yuslamu.
Ra.
Yu'ra.
Oh, yu'radu.
Yes, yu'radu.
Ridan.
No, there's no such thing.
I'radan.
Yes, there is such a thing.
Fahuwa.
So the first line ended with muslimun,
Muslamun.
right? So
Mu'radun.
struggled through it and did it orally without looking at it. That was just done in your head. Brilliant. Mariam's difficult times are coming. There's a long road to victory. Akhbara is undecided right now.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know which way it's going to go. Go ahead, Mariam.
أخبر يخبر إخبارا فهو إخبارا.
No.
Wait, what was the last one?
I don't know. What was the last one? I'm asking you.
I'll look what I said
فهو
off first.
مسلم.
Yes.
فهو مسلم.
Therefore, fahuwa.
فهو
Yes.
مخبر.
Excellent.
فهو مخبر.
Second line.
Second line was tricky for some reason.
You didn't do it last night, did you?
I did.
Uh-huh.
I
No, you
tried,
didn't.
at least.
No, you didn't.
أسلموا.
No. Uslima.
أسلمة. The second one's أسلمة. Uslima.
Oh, we're gonna stop at every word. Okay, so let's finish the uslima line first, so we know what we're dealing with.
Usmila.
Uslima.
Uslima. Uslima. So ukhbira.
Yes.
Yusmilu.
Yuslamu.
Oh, yuslamu. So yuslamu. Ukhbaru.
Yukhbaru.
Oh, yukhbaru. وين نعرفه هي
أخبر يخبر.
إخبارا. Okay.
فهو.
مخبير.
That was the first line.
فهو مخبيرا. فهو مخبار.
Yes, مخبر. Good guessing. One of those gotta be right. Let me just keep teaching the sounds. So what I'm getting from that is that you guys still need to work on memorizing the family properly.
Yes.
Okay. So, and I can't teach more until you do.
Okay.
That's just it. The thing with sarf is there's no point teaching more until you guys learn certain things, or memorize certain things. Now your huwa yansuru is getting pretty good.
Yeah.
And even if you're struggling with this right now, it doesn't matter. In a couple of days, this will be second nature for you. Okay. And like I said, I'm not trying to teach you so that I dump all of this information on you right now and I'm done with it. I want to make sure you're so good you can teach this, because one day I'm not going to be here. Somebody's got to take over and teach stuff, right? So that's what I'm teaching you guys for, so that this carries on, right? So the whole point of this is that you guys get it, but the only way you'll get it is if I am satisfied that there's certain things that I taught you that have become yours. They're no longer just mine. Right, like mudaf mudaf ilayh used to be mine, but now it's yours and mine. Because light no alif lam and jar is something you have and I have. Huwa huma hum used to be just mine, but now we share it. Right. The same way, aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun, uslima yuslamu islaman fahuwa muslimun has to be shared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a few minutes, and I'm going to put it again on the screen. And it's okay. Some of you, and there's different audiences, right? There's thousands of you that are watching. And some of you have memorized this in a split second and you're completely fine. And others of you are struggling even with huwa nasarahum ma nasarahum nasaru. So there are people on all kinds of levels. My job is to make sure that I address those of you that are struggling the most. And by the way, there's a separation. It's not those of you that are struggling the most because you just joined the class 3 days ago. Those of you that are been there from the beginning and are still struggling, those are the people that I want to make sure I help. And that might be frustrating for those of you that want to move in the class faster. I understand that it might be frustrating for you, but it doesn't matter. We're still going to go at a slow and steady pace, because that also, it teaches the advanced students, it teaches them two things. The number one, it teaches them patience to become a teacher one day, right? If you don't have the patience to slow down for the sake of someone else, then you can never become a teacher. You just can't. You have to have that quality. And that doesn't require patience. Like some of you get scared when I put my panda mask on, or I say, what kind of question is this or whatever. I never get upset about questions you ask from something I already taught. I only put the panda on if questions from what you're not ready for yet, right? Or they're not related to what we're learning yet. What that means is I'm patient, and I'm supposed to be. That's my job as a teacher, to be slow when you guys need to be slow, or to give you time to struggle. So struggle is going to happen. Like I said, you are going to cry, and that's okay. That I'm okay with that. I'm okay with making you cry. Maryam, when we started Huwa Yansuru, it felt to you like you're never gonna know it. Did it not?
Yes.
And today you're at 90%, 87%. Isn't that a huge improvement?
Yeah.
Right? Because I know even when you're struggling, I don't say to myself, oh my God, this student, they're never going to understand. Nope. What I see is what's going to happen 3 days from now. I know where you're going to be, and you're going to look back and say, oh, that's easy. Because the first time we did Bata Kaf Lam Waw, you were saying Ba, Jim, W. So, but you got it, right? So it just takes time, and you have to be patient with yourself. Also, you have to let go of something that many of you have been trained with since you were little, that your teacher is disappointed with you if you don't get it right away. So sometimes you're in school, especially if you come from the Muslim world or the Eastern world, where if you don't understand something right away, the teacher says, don't understand right away. Before I even said you don't understand. You know, and then they're so angry because you're not smart enough. And the one kid who gets it immediately or memorized it 3 days before because their dad slapped them at home, they're like, and then they look at you like, I'm number one. Like, and then the teacher's like, very good, why can't you be more like him? Like, no, we don't do that here. That's not what I do. That's detrimental. And I want you to stop thinking that I'll be disappointed in you, or astaghfirullah, you're not as good as someone else, or oh, Ahmed gets it and I still get it. Oh, Maryam got it and I still don't get it. You know how many emails I got that I laughed so hard I fell off my chair? Ustad, it's not fair. Maryam and Ahmed are both geniuses. I can't keep up that fast. I said, I was like, yes, I know. I picked them out of a pool of, nuclear scientists that were getting ready to, resequence the human genome, and I plucked them out for Eric. So yeah, when you feel like, oh, I can't do this, it's too hard. There are people who look at you and say, man, they're so good. I wish I was as good as them. So that's just the nature of life. Okay. But my job as a teacher is to teach you patiently, and your job as a student is to learn patiently. And sometimes when you're not learning at the pace you want to, then you're learning to be a teacher, which is what I want to. I just don't want to produce students. I actually want to produce teachers. So for some of you, this is an exercise in how do you slow down? How do you become patient? How do you make sure you can pick everybody up as you go, right? So here's what I'm going to make you do. Aslama yuslimu. Don't say ismalan, Maryam, because when you want to drink, apple juice, you don't say alip juice by accident, right?
Yeah.
You don't say alip juice. If you want to eat a Kit Kat bar, you don't say a Tic Tac bar, right? That would be a different kind of food. Man, I love soda, especially Pepsi. No, you don't say that. You say Pepsi.
Yeah.
Don't mix letters up because it becomes a different word, right? So Islaman. Fahuwa,
Muslim.
and I'm not saying fahuwa anymore because you can say it in your head.
Yeah.
Fahuwa muslimun. Now, uslima, ui, uslima. The ending stays
Okay.
The ending doesn't change.
Yeah.
Okay,
The lamb.
and yuslamu, the ending stayed u.
Yes.
So from yuslimu to yuslamu, Islam is still Islam.
Islam has not changed.
Fahuwa Muslamun. And how will you remember Muslamun? It's easy. When you said Yuslimu, the last word will be Muslimun. When you said Yuslamu, the last word will be Muslamun.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right? So this one gives it away. Yuslimu, Muslamun. Yuslamu, Muslamun. Yuslimu, Muslimun. This is a shortcut to remember.
Yeah.
And you didn't say it like 18 words ago, so you can't remember. You said it 2 words ago. Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Uslima yuslamu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Okay? So 5 minutes, just say this out loud to each other.
Okay.
Quiz each other on it.
Okay.
And try not to look.
Okay.
Okay? But if you need to look, you look.
Okay.
But quiz each other on it. Okay? So get to it. Be loud. And all of you need to be loud.
Okay, Sarah. Aslama, you
And
have to say
when
it out
you're-
loud. Sorry.
So 3 times each, right?
Okay.
So each one of you is going to say Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun, uslima yuslamu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Then the other person will say it 3 times.
Yeah.
And then you're going to do it for adraka. And you'll guess the whole thing.
Okay.
And try to say it to each other, okay? Because you just got to get that skill. Come on.
Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun.
Not Muslimun. Muslimun moved to
Muslimun.
Iran.
Muslimun.
Yes.
Uslimu yuslamu islam.
Wait, uslimu. The first word will never end with u. First word never ends with, because the past tense is always nasara, right?
Yeah.
So it's never nasaru,
Oh yeah. It's,
right?
Uh-huh.
So it's got to end with a.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uslima.
Mhm.
Muslim. Okay. Okay. Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Uslamu. Uslimun. No, Uslimu. Uslimu.
Wait, let's just look at it.
Oh,
You kept saying
Uslima.
the wrong thing. Confused me.
Okay. Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Uslimu. Uslima.
Uslima.
Uslima
That's where you get stuck.
yuslamu islaman fahuwa muslimun.
No, don't rush it. because you butchered the second word. Uslima, then what?
Uslima yuslamu islaman fahuwa muslimun.
Okay, Mariam's turn.
Okay. Uslima yuslimu.
Don't worry about the meaning. Umar Parvez, Fahua. Fahua means Ustad told you to say it.
Muslimun.
Mm-hmm.
Uslamu.
Mm-mm.
Uslima.
Yes. Start over.
For the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what that does, right? You know how that helped you when I made you start over?
Yeah.
As annoying as it was, every time I told you to go all the way to the top, somewhere in your brain says, ah! And when it says, ah, I won't get it wrong this time because I don't want to start all over again. It's like a video game where you have to fight all these mini guys before you get to the boss. But if you lose to the boss, you got to fight all those mini guys again. And it's so annoying. So you really don't want to lose to the boss.
Yeah. Like in Kuma.
There's like some games are just so annoying like that. Okay, but yes.
Okay. Aslama
Aslama
yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Aslima.
Uslima.
I said as.
So now what are you gonna do?
Start over.
That's right.
Oh, so that one's as and then the other one's us. Okay. Aslamu yuslim. Aslama. He kept saying moo, and then that's got stuck in my head.
Okay, it's his fault. It's your fault.
Yeah.
Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Oh no. Uslima.
Yes.
Yuslimu.
Oh, so close. Yuslamu.
I said us. I was thinking yus, but I said
No,
us.
you said that right. The yus part was right.
I did, okay.
You said yuslim. Look, Mariam. First line, yuslimu.
So it's,
Wait, don't O yet.
Okay.
You don't own the O
No,
yet.
it's
You're
that.
pre. No, that's it. You pre-launched the O because sometimes students say O, and that means they get it. But I know that O is wrong. So, like if I say water bottle, it's like oh soda, oh orange juice. Like no, stop the O's. Stop the O's. Let me do the O for you first. Hold on. There's a wrong O. Okay, just hold on to the O. Yuslimu becomes yuslamu.
Yeah. Okay.
You thought the mistake was in the U. It's not in the U. You just repeated yuslimu here and yuslimu here.
Okay.
Aslama yuslimu, uslima yuslamu. This is A and E. This is E and A. Uslima yuslamu. Okay, let's think about that and do it again. It's tricky, I know. It'll come.
Aslamu yuslimu.
There's no such thing as aslamu. Because you didn't memorize huwa nasaru.
Aslamu. Okay, aslama.
Yeah.
Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun.
Perfect. Now the imperfect. Yes.
Okay, so yuslamu.
Excellent.
Islaman fahuwa.
You said yuslamu, right? You said yuslamu. Use that to make the next word. Yuslamu.
Muslamun.
That's it.
Okay.
Your turn.
Okay. Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun.
Muslimun?
Muslimun. I
Hmm.
haven't
Chaturasti. Muslimun.
Muslimun.
Yeah, some of you
Aslama
desis also. Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Not Muslimun. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. No, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. It's Muslimun, not Muslimun.
Muslimun. Okay.
Yeah.
Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun.
Excellent.
Uslimu.
There's no such thing.
Oh, Uslamu.
There's no such thing.
Uslamu.
No, there's no such thing.
Uslim. Oh, Uslima.
And you're gonna
Start over.
There you go. Now, I'm not gonna put it on the screen. Now you guys struggle with us.
Aslama.
Now you guys struggle with us.
Aslama yuslimu
Yuslemu, huh? Yuslemu?
Yuslimu.
Yuslimu, yeah.
Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun.
Arabi.
Yuslamu,
No, it's
Yuslimu, Yuslima, Yuslima, Yuslima. I'm sorry, forgive me a sec, please.
I forgive you, but it's still wrong.
Aslam,
Uslima.
Uslima, Uslima, Yus.
No. You messed up, so you can start over.
Aslama, Yuslimu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun. Uslima, Yuslamu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun.
Allah.
Good job. You got it right.
Okay.
My turn again?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
You put more flip flop somewhere else. They keep bothering me.
Yeah, okay. Aslamu, Yuslimu,
There's no such thing as
Oh.
Aslamu.
Aslama, Yuslimu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun.
Yes. Come closer to me, both of you. Why do we have a long distance relationship? What is this?
Okay.
Okay.
From the second line?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Second line. Why? Who even needs the first line? You guys are so good at the first line that it's not even necessary.
Aslama, Yuslimu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun. Uslima, Uslima,
You're right.
Uslima, Yuslamu, Islaman.
Fahuwa. Yes. Yes.
Wait,
yes.
my
Listen
mind's
to
still
that.
blank. Fahuwa is.
See, the problem is you stop there. That's why you mess up. You said uslima yuslamu. The moment you say yuslamu, muslamun is already solved at the end of the line. So you say uslima yuslamu islaman fahuwa.
Muslamun?
That's it.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, you say, okay, yeah, that last time and you forgot that. Then you say, okay, yeah, this time you're going to forget that again. And I'll keep making you do it until you don't forget that, which is why I came back to you. Now it's your turn.
Okay. Aslama, Yuslimu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun. Uslima, Yuslamu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun.
Aslama, Yuslim.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Not only worry about his whispers. Okay, go ahead. No, do it.
Aslama, Yuslimu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun.
With authority.
Uslimu is.
There's no such thing.
Uslamu.
There's no such thing.
Uslimu.
There's no such thing.
Wait, it's Uslimu.
No.
Uslimu. Use Usli. Oh, Uslima.
That's right. Start
Yeah.
over.
Aslamu, Yuslimu.
No, there's no such thing as Aslamu.
Uslimu or Aslama. What are you doing?
Stop distracting it. You look up and do it. Okay.
Aslama, Yuslimu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun.
Perfect.
Uslima, Yuslimu. Uslima.
That's right.
Yuslimu.
No.
Yuslamu. Yeah.
Yes. Start over.
Aslama, Yuslimu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun. Uslimu.
No, there's no such thing.
I know that. Uslima.
Okay, start over.
Aslamu,
There's no such thing.
Don't look at me.
Okay. I'm not doing anything.
No, don't.
Yeah,
Aslama, Yuslimu. Okay. Aslama, Yuslimu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun. Uslima, Yuslima.
Nope.
Islamu.
Yes. Start over. So close. Yuslamu. You had it. And once you say Yuslamu, Muslamun is solved. Remember at the end. Yuslamu, Muslamun at the end. Okay. Go ahead.
Aslamu.
No, there's no such thing as Aslamu.
Aslama.
Wait, there's no such thing as Aslamu. I'm going to make a t-shirt. There's no such thing as Aslamu. There's no such thing as Aslamu.
Aslama, Yuslimu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun. Uslima, Yuslimu.
Nope.
Oh, Lamu. Okay. Gotta think before I say it next time. Okay. Aslama, Yuslimu, Islaman, Fahuwa, Muslimun. Uslima. Yuslamu fahuwa Muslim.
Yeah, you forgot about Islam, but that's okay.
Wait, wait, Islam. Wait.
Islaman fahuwa Muslimun.
Oh, Islaman fahuwa Muslimun.
Okay, I'll take it. One last time.
Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Uslima yuslamu islaman fahuwa muslimun.
Wow. It's time for you to tie the score.
Okay. Taking it for the boys for the
Look at the improvement. It's a few minutes of patience, but look at the improvement. I could teach this in 30 seconds and hit stop recording, but I'm not doing a video. I'm teaching. Teaching means I have to make sure you learn.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Great job, Mariam. Very proud of you. Struggle.
Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa Muslimun. Uslima yuslamu islaman fahuwa. It starts with the meme.
First line ended with Muslimun, right?
Yeah.
It's just not going to be Muslimun. It'll be Muslamun.
Muslamun.
Yep.
Muslamun. Okay.
So when you get stuck, first one ends with Muslimun. Second one ends with Lamun.
Lamun.
First one will end with Mukhbirun. Second one will end with Mukhbarun.
Mukhbarun.
First one will end with Mudrikun. Second one will end with Mudrakun.
Mudrakun.
First one will end with Mushrifun. Second one will end with
Mushrifun.
Mushrafun.
Mushrafun. Oh.
Keep up with me. Mu'limun.
Mu'limun.
First line ends with Mu'limun. Second line ends with
Mu'amun.
Mu'lamun.
Mu'lamun.
Okay. First one ends with Mu'minun. Second one ends with
Mu'minan.
Mu'manun.
Mu'man.
What am I doing? What used to be the E became A. That's all.
Yeah.
Mu'minun. Mu'manun. Muslimun. Muslamun. Mudrikun. Mudrakun. Mukhbirun. Mukhbarun. Mubsirun.
Mubsarun.
You get it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Adraka.
Okay. Adraka
Yes.
yudraku
No. Yuslimu Islaman, right?
Yeah. Aslama
Don't overthink it.
Yudriku.
It's just gonna rhyme with Aslama Yuslimu Islaman.
Adraka yudriku idrakan fahuwa mudrakun. Rikun.
See, now you're rhyming it. That's all it is.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to overthink it.
Mhm.
Adraka yudriku idrakan fahuwa mudrikun.
Yeah.
Do it again.
The beginning?
Yeah.
What was the word?
Adraka.
Adraka yudriku idrakan fahuwa mudrikun.
Excellent.
Second line?
Yeah.
Uslama.
Uslima.
Uslima. So udrika. Yudraku. It would be yudraku, right?
Mhm.
Yudraku idrakan fahuwa mudrakun.
Mudrakun. Akhbara.
أخبر يخبر إخبارا فهو مخبر.
Perfect. Very impressive.
أخبر.
Perfect.
Okay, so يخبر فهو يخبر.
أخبر يخبر.
Oh wait, no, and then إخبارا فهو
فهو
مخبرا.
Baron.
بارون.
بارون أو رون.
فهو مخبر. So first line ended with مخبر. Second line ends with مخبر. So you're about 70% there. What I need from you guys is comfortably, without pause, being able to say Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Uslima yuslamu islaman fahuwa muslimun. Adraka yudriku idrakan fahuwa mudrikun. Udrika yudraku idrakan fahuwa mudrakun. At that level of comfort. Now you're 70% there, but I can't get you to 100% until you do that work.
Yeah.
The audio files are there, yes or no, Jawad?
Yep.
For the example words?
Yes.
Okay,
Where's
you guys.
the auto file?
Some students still might have a question where the audio files are. Can we walk them through that? Can you share this? I'm going to share the screen. Go ahead, show them your screen and show them where they are.
All right. Let me just add it in a second.
Antibacterial cream. What does that mean? No, put that explanation.
Good job, Baseerah. Good job. Okay, so he's on Bayyinah
Right.
TV, dream.bayyinahtv.com/
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
log
go
in,
for it.
dream.bayyinahtv.com, go to study materials,
Oh.
and then all the way at the bottom, you'll see there's an audio. This one is the first one, past and present practice.
Yeah.
And then this is the one from yesterday, which is active and passive practice.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Very good.
Thank you.
So that would be the Aslama family right
Okay.
there with a few words and going through the whole family. Okay. So now let's see why this is all important. So we talked a little bit about the passive.
Mhm.
Passive means we don't know who the doer is.
Yeah.
We only know who the done to is.
Yeah, the done to.
Right. And in this family, just to show you this line.
Mhm.
I'll use a different word. Aslama I only use because Islam is an easy word to remember. But an easier, in terms of meaning, a better word to use would be akhbara. So I'm going to put akhbara here. Same exact thing though. Yukhbiru ikhbaran fahuwa mukhbirun. Okay, and then ukhbira yukhbaru. Sorry, baru ikhbaran fahuwa mukhbarun. Now, what I want you to know is why do we do two lines? And I'll put fahuwa again. So, okay. So why do we do two lines? This is the active line. The first one.
Doers.
Yeah, and this is the passive line.
Yeah. The doers.
That's why we need both lines. Because in Arabic, you're going to come across words that are active. You're going to come across words that are passive. So akhbara, he informed, which means I know who informed. He did.
Yeah.
Right? And yukhbiru, he informs. Again,
Yeah.
I know who's doing it. He is. Ikhbaran, to inform. Fahuwa mukhbirun, he's an informer.
Yeah.
He is an informer. What is this last word called? An ism what?
Ism.
No,
no.
it's not ism mawsul.
Ism.
No.
Fa'il.
Fa'il. Ism?
Fa'il.
Fa'il. Ism what?
Fa'il.
Fa'il. Okay. A little bit of vocabulary today. First word is called past tense, right?
Passive.
Well, I'm not going to say past tense anymore. I'm going to say madi.
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 Okay.
Madi.
First one's called what?
Madi.
Madi. The second word is called mudari'.
Mudari'.
First one's called what?
Madi.
I don't call it present tense anymore. I call it what?
Madi.
Mudari'.
Mudari'.
First one, past is called madi.
Madi.
Present is called mudari'.
Mudari'.
Let's write that. You don't have to write it yet. Past is madi.
Madi. Like Maddie.
Madi. Okay. And then the present is mudari'.
Mudari'.
Mudari'. You don't have to pronounce the tanween, just mudari'.
Mudari'.
Okay. So mudari' means present tense.
Okay.
Okay. And past tense is what? Madi.
Madi.
So akhbara is madi.
Madi. And then yukhbirun.
Yukhbiru is
Yukhbiru is
mudari'.
Mudari'.
Okay. And then ikhbaran is masdar.
Masdar, yes.
We did that masdar before.
Yeah, masdar.
Masdar means the idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got the madi,
Madi.
then you've got the mudari',
Mudari'.
and you've got the masdar.
Mustard.
Right? The mustard. Yeah.
Sorry.
Mustard. And then the ketchup is ism fa'il.
Ism fa'il.
Ism
Ism
fa'il.
fa'il.
Ism fa'il. Ism fa'il is the person who does something.
Yeah.
Like the example in English of teacher,
Teacher,
helper,
Yeah.
firefighter,
Yeah.
boxer, etc., etc. The guys are all ism fa'il.
Police.
But yeah, policer. Yes, sure, policer.
Yeah.
Okay, enforcer.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So those are the ism fa'il. Now let's quiz you again. What's akhbara?
Mada.
Ma-
Madi.
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 Yeah. Yukhbiru.
Mudari'.
Mudari'.
Masdar.
Ikhbar. Masdar. And ism.
Ism fa'il.
Ism fa'il. Don't say fi'il. Say fa'il.
Fa'il.
Fa'il. Fa'il.
Fa'il.
Yes, not fa'il because fa'a moved to some village in Afghanistan somewhere. It is no longer with us.
Yes.
Fa'il.
Fa'il.
Yes. Now, he informed.
He
Past tense.
informs.
Madi is he
Madi,
informed.
he informs.
Mudari' is he informs.
Yes.
Masdar is to inform.
Mhm.
And ism fa'il is an informer. An informer. Now the passive. The Maldi passive. This is the Maldi passive.
Yeah.
There's a big word for passive in Arabic. I'll teach you that later. So the Maldi passive is he was informed.
Yes.
So he's not doing the informing now. He's the one getting the information.
He's the done too.
He's the done too. So ukhbira is Maldi passive.
Yeah.
He was informed. Then he's being informed.
Yeah.
That's the Mudari' passive, right?
Yeah.
And then ikhbaran is still the masdar. We already know what a masdar is. And this guy, this time, the mukhbirun
Yeah.
was ism what? Fa'il.
Fa'il.
Ism fa'il. Not fa'al. Fa'il.
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 Yes. Smile more. Fa'il.
Fa'il.
Yes. Yes. Don't say fa'al. Fa'al.
Yeah, you don't smile too much. That's why it's hard for you.
That's it.
I'm
Oh,
joking.
nice burn.
I'm
That was a
joking.
good burn. Oh, so good. That's almost like what I my sister. Okay. Mukhbarun. Oh, she's gonna get you. Oh my God! Everybody knows the vengeance that spewed out of you just now. I will cut you in your sleep. You will wake up without an earlobe. Like I don't know what you just said. Mukhbarun is called an ism maf'ul.
Ism maf'ul.
So this guy is called an ism fa'il, and this guy is called an ism
Maf'ul.
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 Yes. So
Ism maf'ul.
like Muslimun, right?
Yeah.
Muslimun.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. Oh my God, easy. What did she say?
I made fun of his teeth. You see how like
Okay, stop making fun of him. Okay, and Muslamun
this is really funny.
ism. The whole world knows now. Maf'ul.
Maf'ul.
Muslimun is ism fa'il,
Yes,
and
yeah.
Muslamun is ism maf'ul. Let me explain what ism maf'ul does.
Okay.
What did I say ism fa'il does? What are English examples of ism fa'il?
It's done too.
No.
No,
No.
it's
Ism
not.
fa'il.
It's the person the
The guy.
The
Yeah, the
guy, yeah.
Right. So it could be the teacher, helper, whatever.
officer.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the guy or the person who something is done to
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
is the ism maf'ul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I punched you, then I would be the ism fa'il,
Yes.
and you, the punched person, would be the ism maf'ul.
Yeah.
If you had a killer and a victim,
Mhm.
the killer would be the ism fa'il, and the killed person would be the ism maf'ul.
maf'ul.
But they're both words for things or people.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if, for example, if there's the writer,
Mhm.
the writer
Yeah.
is the ism fa'il because he did the act of writing. He's the
Right.
person who
Yeah.
wrote. The person who wrote is called the ism fa'il.
Yeah.
Now the thing that he wrote,
Mhm.
the thing that he wrote would be the ism maf'ul.
Maf'ul. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
the ism fa'il is the person who does something. Ism maf'ul is the person or the thing that something is done to them.
Yeah.
But they are
Mhm.
isms.
Yeah.
They're still isms. Okay. So mukhbarun is the person being informed.
Confirmed. Okay. Yeah.
So if I was informing you,
Mhm.
I would be the ism fa'il,
Ism fa'il. I would
and you would be the ism
Ism maf'ul.
maf'ul because
Yeah.
you're the mukhbar. You're the
Yeah.
one being informed.
Mhm.
Okay. Does that make sense to everybody? What's an ism fa'il and an ism maf'ul?
Yes.
They're persons. You can think of both of them as persons. The done to is the victim. Yeah, you can say the done to is a victim. Sure.
So ism maf'ul is the done to?
Yeah, it's the person or the thing that's done to, not the act. So the difference between that and like the present tense or the past tense is those are fi'ls, right? Like he was told.
Mhm.
So I'm talking about the act. But if I say he's the person who's being told, the person being told, that's the ism maf'ul. So the difference really between the active fi'l and the active ism, the ism fa'il, is that these are acts and this is a person. And these are again acts and the ism maf'ul, and this is the passive, and this is a person.
Mhm.
It's the done to person or the done to thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So for example, another example would be let's talk about the Quran. The Quran, Allah is the one who sends the one who sent it down is Allah, right?
Yes.
So the sender downer, bad
Yeah.
English, but the sender downer is
Yeah.
Allah. So Allah is the munzilun.
Munzil.
Munzilun, the one who sends down. The person, in this case, the being, meaning Allah, who sends down, right? The Quran itself is what came down, right? So the sending down was done to the Quran.
Yeah.
So the Quran is munzalun.
Munzalun. Okay.
That's the ism maf'ul. Munzalun. Okay.
Mhm.
So similarly, this is a good one. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the teacher, muallimun. Well, even though it's not from this family. Well, so let's do this family. But let's do it in English. So Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the teacher.
Yeah.
So he's the ism fa'il.
Ism fa'il.
We're the ones being taught.
So
We're the ism maf'ul.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's the difference between the ism fa'il and the ism maf'ul. You know, a really amazing example of this in the Quran is mukhlisin.
Mukhlisin Allahuddin.
Yes. And then mukhlasina. Let me show you something about this. So in the Quran, Allah talks about good people, and it's from this family. So let me show you the family that you memorized. Akhlasa.
Akhlasa.
Try to do this with me. Yukhlisu. Like aslama yuslimu. Islaman.
Ihsan.
Not sa. Islaman.
Ikhlasan.
Ikhlasan. Like Surah Al-Ikhlas. You know where it comes from?
Yeah.
Akhlasa yukhlisu ikhlasan fahuwa mukhlisun. Okay. Ukhlisa. Like uslima. Yukhlasu.
Yukhlasu.
Ikhlasan.
Fahuwa.
Yes. Fahuwa
Lasan.
mukhlasun.
Mukhlasun. Oh, yeah,
So
sorry.
this is the ism fa'il. The first one is ism fa'il. The second one is ism maf'ul. Okay. Ism fa'il is the one who does, the person who does something. Ism maf'ul is something is done to them.
Yeah.
Right? And it's so amazing that in the Quran there are sometimes places where there are both qira'at, meaning the word could be read mukhlis and it can be read mukhlas, meaning some of the Sahaba used to read it as an ism fa'il, and others said also you can read this as an ism maf'ul, both of them at the same time. What difference does it make? Akhlasa means he purified.
Yes.
He what?
He purified.
Purified. Yukhlisu, he purifies. Ikhlasan, to purify. Mukhlisun, a purifier. A purifier.
Yeah.
So when Allah talks about good people, he calls them purifiers. You know what that means? They purify their religion for Allah. They're purifiers of their intentions. They're purifiers of their actions. They're purifiers of their tongues. They're purifiers of the way they live. They're purifiers of every decision they make. They want to make every decision purely. It's like, you know, you're a purifier of your clothes, you wash all your clothes.
Yeah.
Or you're a purifier of your dishes, you wash all your dishes. Well, these are people that are purifiers of their religion. So when they do something in Islam, they don't want to contaminate it or mix it with anything else. They want to do it purely for Allah. So mukhlisina lahuddin. Right? These are people that purify for Allah the religion. They make sure the religion is, they're following the religion only for Allah. They're not praying because their mom told them. They don't have a beard because everybody else around them has a beard.
Yeah.
They're not giving a talk about Islam because people will really like it. They don't do anything in Islam for anyone other than for Allah. So they make sure that Islam stays pure for Allah. You get that?
Yeah.
So they are purifiers, which means they are ism fa'il. Right? But other places in the Quran, it's also mukhlasin. Now, what is the second line? It's the passive line, right?
Yeah.
So ukhlisa is it was purified.
Yeah.
Ukhlisa, it was purified. Or he was purified. It can also mean he was purified. Yukhlasu, he is being purified.
Yeah.
Now he's not doing the purifying, he's the one being purified. Ikhlasan, to purify. فَهُوَ مُخْلَصٌ, then he's a person who's being purified.
Yeah.
Now what that means is Allah sometimes describes people that Allah himself purified them, or Allah put them through situations that ended up purifying them, or Allah put them, like he gave them really difficult society or circumstances, and then those people hurt them or those people kicked them out and they think it's a terrible thing, but actually Allah purified them from a bad environment. Right? So now they are being purified by what Allah is putting them through.
Yeah.
Or they're being purified by the faith Allah put inside their hearts. So they're not purifiers, they're the ones being purified. And it's so sad that sometimes in some translations of the Quran, they see the word mukhlis and they see the word mukhlas and they translate it the same way. Man, learn some sarf from like intensive 3 or something.
Yeah.
Because that one's an ism fa'il and the other's an ism maf'ul. Totally different. Totally different. And they teach such beautiful things about how Allah is talking about us. Right? So mukhlis and mukhlas. Does that make sense to everybody?
Oh yeah. So the guy is doing
We have a question here.
He's doing
Yeah.
He's doing
Mukhbarun is rafa', so how is it not the doer? How is it done to?
Okay, so let's talk about that. I know this is going to hurt some of your brains a little bit, but I think this has to be talked about. And I now expect you guys to start becoming more, I don't know how else to put it. You have to now become more sophisticated in how you think about language. Okay, you have to become smarter. And my job is to make you realize how smart you actually are. You have the computers there, the operating system is there, the processor is there. It just hasn't been put to use in a certain way.
Yeah.
And now my job is to put it to use a certain way. I'm not going to make you smarter. I'm just going to activate the machine. Right? It's already there. You have the intelligence to grasp this. So let me now, because I don't just want to teach you grammar. Actually, I want to teach you a little bit of linguistics and language theory. And these are things that sound like they're university things, but you guys will get it too. Okay, so now pay close attention. And Maryam, sit up and pay close attention to what I'm going to say, okay?
like jumping jacks would be good.
Jumping jacks, go ahead. Do the jumping jacks. Go. Good idea.
That's such a nice voice.
One way of thinking about sarf, which is what we're doing now, and nahu, which we did before. You know how we found the doer, the outside doer, the detail, mudaf, mudaf, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
When we're doing sarf, we're only thinking about a word and what it means. When we're thinking about a sentence, we're thinking about nahu.
Yeah.
Okay? So now when you say something, someone's a doer, or outside doer, or inside doer, you're not thinking about sarf, you're thinking about nahu. And the moment you're thinking about nahu, you're not thinking about a single word, you're thinking about an entire sentence. Okay? So let's put this to practice and see how both sarf and nahu work.
Okay.
We just did an example of sarf, which is we learned the concept of ism fa'il and ism maf'ul. Okay. The teacher,
Yes.
If I just said the teacher and said nothing else, do I have a sentence right now?
No.
Give me a yes or a no, Ummah. Do I have a sentence if I just said the teacher?
That would be a good title to like a movie or something, but
No, stop saying subhanallah and tell me if this is yes. Yeah. No, we don't have a sentence, right? We don't, it's just a word. Just a teacher. So when I'm trying to analyze this word right now on its own without a sentence, basically all I can think about is that it's sarf. Because sarf says think about the word.
Yes.
Right? And I'll say the teacher is an ism fa'il. So when I called it an ism fa'il, that was my sarf analysis. I analyzed it from I put my sarf glasses on and I called it an ism fa'il. Now, if I say the teacher quit his job, the teacher quit his job. Is that a sentence?
Yes.
Now when I think about the entire sentence and then what is the teacher doing in this sentence? The teacher's the doer.
Yeah.
Right? He did the act of
Quitting.
but I couldn't have known that if I didn't look at the rest of the sentence. So I'm going to say that the teacher is rafa' here.
Yeah.
Right? But that's not my sarf analysis. That's my what? That's my nahu analysis. Sarf analysis is you put nahu glasses on, you look at the whole sentence. What's the word doing there? Sarf analysis, you don't look at the sentence at all. You just look at the word teacher. So actually my nahu analysis says that it's rafa, and my sarf analysis says that it's an ism fa'il. Ism fa'il. Because of the which had nothing to do with the rest of the sentence. Now watch this. If I say I love the teacher. I love the teacher. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, from a sarf analysis. I'm thinking about the sarf of teacher. What is it?
The sarf of teacher
The sarf
is
When you think about sarf, do you think about the whole sentence or just the word?
the word
And what do you know about words that end with What do we call them?
ism fa'il.
Ism fa'il. Ism fa'il, which actually means the person who does something.
Okay.
How do we know the person who does something? Obviously, the word means teacher, so they do the act of what?
Teaching.
But I didn't learn that from the sentence,
Yeah. You just know it.
from the word, from the
Yeah.
dictionary, right? So it's just the word telling me that. Now, in this sentence, what is the status of the word teacher?
Teacher would be
Should it be rafa, nasab, or jar?
Rafa.
Really? Because he's doing the act of what?
Teaching.
Really? In the sentence?
Oh no,
no.
not in the sentence. The he would be
I
nasab.
is the
So what's the status of the teacher?
Teacher is
teacher is
nasab.
nasab with the details.
It's
Right.
detail.
Nahu, the teacher is
Detail.
detail.
So it's nasab.
Therefore, nasab. Therefore, detail means nasab, right?
Yeah.
Which means he is not doing the act.
Yes. He's just chilling there.
Which almost sounds like opposite of sarf.
Yeah.
Because I just wrote in sarf, it's a person who
Does something.
does something. And in nahu, I just said he's a detail, which means he's not doing it. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what that tells you? That the word teacher means that he does the act of teaching, but that does not mean that in nahu, every time you see him, he better be teaching.
Yeah.
Can't you say the teacher quit? Now he's no longer teaching.
Yeah.
Can't you say the teacher slept? Now he's no longer teaching. Right?
Yeah.
So the nahu analysis is a different thing, and the sarf analysis is a different thing. Now, what we're doing right now is sarf, which means we know we left the concern about whether the teacher is going to be the doer or the detail or after of. Those are all nahu things. We left those behind for now because we're only looking at the word on its own without the rest of the sentence. That's what sarf is about. Sarf is about looking at a word regardless of what the sentence is. So when I'm doing detailed Quran study, right? I'm studying tafsir of a surah or something like that. Then there's the nahu of the ayah. Like where's the doer? What Allah used past tense or present tense? Is this a mudaf ilayh or not? Is this a harf of jar? Which harf of jar was used? Like Sheikh Fahim and I just yesterday, he wrote me about وَلَمْ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ عِوَجًا in Surah Al-Kahf. Lahu, lam is a harf of jar, right? How come Allah used lahu? He didn't say fihi iwajan. We discussed it quite a bit, and looked up things about the lam and how it's used in the Quran, things like that. That's all nahu.
Yeah.
That's all what? Nahu. Because we're looking at how words are coming together.
Yeah.
But sarf is about one particular word. So I'll go to in the Quran and say, well, what family did Allah use when He said, lam tastati' alayhi sabra. Or tasti' alayhi sabra. What family is that? How come it's used that way? That's going to be a sarf study.
Yeah.
So sarf is about looking at a word, forgetting about what it's going to do in the sentence.
Yeah.
It's just the word in the dictionary. That's it. Not in the sentence, in the dictionary. Nahu is about the sentence. Does that help answer that question you guys have? Well, if ism fa'il is the doer, how come it's raf? The rafa' nasab jar of it. So you say fahuwa muslimun. Let me answer that finally now. Muslimun. Is that an ism fa'il or an ism maf'ul?
Ism fa'il.
Ism fa'il.
Yeah.
If this was an ism maf'ul, it would be muslamun.
Yeah.
Right? But please pay attention to this part. You see this ending un?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody listen to this. This ending un has nothing to do with sarf. The ending un has to do with nahu. Nahu tells you that in a sentence, if you want to make it the doer, make it rafa.
Yeah.
If you want to make it the detail, make it nasab. If you want to make it after of, make it jar. This ending can change.
Yeah.
For now, I left it alone. And when you leave a status alone, you use the rafa. That does not mean that this always has to be rafa.
Yeah.
So every word has sarf. Or actually, most words have sarf and nahu at the same time. But the rest of it is telling you sarf, and the end of it is telling you nahu.
Yeah.
Okay. So when students say, well, Ustadh, but Muslimun is, the done to, why is it rafa at the end? It could be rafa, nasab, or jar. You're putting a nahu condition on a sarf study. You got to keep those apart. And as we start analyzing text, that'll become clear to why those two things are apart. Is that a little bit helpful? Hopefully.
There's still a decent amount of confusion.
Okay.
For example, so I love teacher. Isn't I the doer? So I
Yes,
should
I
be
am the doer.
fa'il?
Ah, very good question. Love it. I love the teacher. And the question is, isn't I the ism fa'il? Right?
Yeah.
Because I is the doer. When in this entire time that I have taught you, that I say that the doer in a sentence is the ism fa'il? Never. Never said it. I can say I is the doer.
Yeah.
But the word I, when you look it up in the dictionary,
Yeah.
when you look up the word I in the dictionary, does it say this is a person who does something?
No.
I is a person who does the act of blank. Is it going to say that?
No.
But when you look up teacher in the dictionary, is it going to say teacher is a person who does the act of teaching?
Yeah.
Yes. Right? So you know what? Until you find the meaning of someone doing something in the dictionary, just the word on its own, without the sentence, means he's doing something. You don't use ism fa'il. If I say Ibrahim slept,
Yeah.
Ibrahim is the doer.
Yeah.
He's Rafa. But is he an ism fa'il?
No.
Because if you look up the meaning of Ibrahim, it has nothing to do with doing an act.
Yeah.
Okay? So in the dictionary, until it means someone who does something, you don't call it an ism fa'il.
Yeah.
You can call this a doer, but never an ism fa'il. Never. Haram, haram, haram.
So ism fa'il can only be like it can only be Rafa, or it can only be like the doer.
No, ism fa'il can be rafa, nasab, or jar.
Yeah.
A doer can only be rafa.
Yeah.
Ibrahim doesn't have like look at teacher. Go back to teacher. Teacher is a doer of teaching, right?
Yeah.
Did I need a sentence for that, or I knew that already by the word itself?
By the word itself.
That's a sarf meaning.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I love the teacher. Nasab.
Yeah. The teacher is nice.
The teacher doesn't love me. Rafa. Because he's doing trademark. But because he's doing the act of not loving me.
Yeah.
And then the book of the teacher is missing.
So
Is of the teacher. So it's jar.
jar.
It's after of.
Yeah.
In each of these cases, a teacher is still someone who does the act of teaching.
Yeah.
But in that sentence, he's rafa, nasab, al jar. Right here, teacher is ism fa'il. Here, teacher is ism fa'il. Here, teacher is ism fa'il. But I am never ism fa'il.
Okay.
I'm just doing the act.
Yeah. So in order for it to be an ism fa'il, it has to make the word has to make sense by itself.
The word has to be a doer in the dictionary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And ism fa'il is a doer in the not in the sentence, in the dictionary.
Okay.
So which of these is not an ism fa'il?
Ibrahim.
You helper guide guard let's see sure.
Ibrahim is not.
Ibrahim is not an ism fa'il.
Right.
Why? Because when you look up Ibrahim in the dictionary, it doesn't tell you he's doing anything.
Yeah.
You
It's not.
it's not an ism fa'il. Helper does the act of what?
Helping.
And a guide does the act of what?
Guiding.
And a guard does the act of what?
Guarding.
And a student does the act of what?
Studiting.
Studiting. Studying.
Studying.
Oh yeah, studying.
A student does the act of?
Studying.
That's why they're a student.
Yeah.
All of these are ism fa'il.
Yeah.
These are not ism fa'il.
Yeah.
Does that help a little bit?
Yeah.
So a teacher, the word teacher cannot be an ism maf'ul.
No, the word teacher cannot be an ism maf'ul. No.
A student can be an ism maf'ul.
What's
right?
an ism? Let's write the definition of ism fa'il. When do we use this word? Ism fa'il, when the word means someone who does something
Yeah.
in the
Dictionary.
dictionary. Not in the sentence, in the dictionary. That's when you use ism fa'il.
Yeah. You know, crazy. A couple weeks ago, I searched up who's
Okay, now let me make your life hard because this became easy now.
Yeah.
Everybody's okay with ism fa'il?
Mhm.
Here's the fun.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not supposed to teach you this yet, but since you guys are so confused all the time, might as well make you really confused,
Yeah.
and then it'll be all easy. Like لكي لا تأسوا على ما فاتكم ولا تفرحوا بما آتاكم. Allah says فأثابكم غما بغم. Allah struck you with one sadness on top of another sadness. لكي لا تأسوا على ما فاتكم. So you stop being sad over things you lose. In other words,
That's a good analogy.
it's pretty epic because you get hit with one thing, you're like, oh, this is so hard. Then you get hit with another thing, oh, this is so hard. You get hit, you're like, just bring it. It doesn't even hurt anymore. So
You get used to the pain.
yeah, that's right. You get numb, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna numb you out now.
Okay.
What's an ism fa'il? I put it in the
Yeah.
on the page here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a word that has meaning. in the
You know what that means? An ism fa'il could be any status.
dictionary. Oh, okay.
I don't care because the dictionary doesn't tell you what status it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's what a sentence is supposed to do.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it could be Muslimun, it could be Musliman, it could be Muslimin, it could be Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini, Muslimuna. It could be any of those things.
Yeah.
And ism fa'il can be used any way page 6 is used.
Mm.
That's why you did page 6.
Yeah.
Got it?
Mhm.
Now, there's another word called fa'il. Not ism fa'il, but what?
Fa'il.
Fa'il. It's always rafa, and it's the doer. It's someone who does something in the sentence.
Ah.
Ism fa'il is someone who does something where?
In the dictionary.
In the dictionary. Fa'il is someone who does something
In the sentence.
in the sentence.
The doer.
And it doesn't have to be, the fa'il doesn't, when you look the fa'il up in the dictionary, he may not be doing anything.
Yeah. He could just be chilling.
He could be an ism maf'ul in the dictionary.
Mhm.
Like, what's an ism maf'ul? Something is done to them, right?
Yeah.
So check this out. Yeah, they like to listen to their stuff.
Yeah, but now.
If I say what's a good ism maf'ul? See, that's the thing. The words in English, they don't have one word for an ism maf'ul. They usually have like
A bunch.
a phrase. So the person being taught.
Mhm.
The person being taught
Yeah.
is sleeping
That's sleeping. Yeah.
or sleeps during the lesson. Okay?
Mhm.
The person being taught sleeps during the lesson. And this whole thing, the person being taught, I'm thinking of it as one person, one word.
Mhm.
The ism maf'ul.
Yeah.
Okay? You know how you have the teacher,
Yeah.
and the opposite of the teacher is the one being taught,
Yeah. The student.
right? So another word for the student is the person being taught.
Yeah. Mhm.
The teaching is being done to them.
Yeah.
So they're the ism maf'ul.
Yeah.
Okay. In this sentence, is this person rafa, nasab, or jar?
This is.
Rafa?
Rafa,
Yeah, because they're doing what act?
Being taught.
They're not doing the teaching.
They're being taught.
Yeah, but that's not them doing they're not doing the act of teaching.
Oh.
What act are they doing in this sentence?
Sleeping.
They're sleeping.
Oh yeah. I see that.
They're sleeping.
Mhm.
So this whole guy's, whatever this word is rafa,
Mm.
because he's doing the act of sleeping.
Sleeping.
Okay. So fa'il is the word fa'il is used when you find a doer in a sentence.
Yeah.
Never use the word ism fa'il. Ism fa'il is used when you find a doer in the dictionary.
Yeah.
And the twain shall never meet. You don't confuse one with the other.
Mm.
One is a sarf concept, one is a nahu concept.
Yeah.
And now that you've officially entered 70 hours into this work,
70 hours.
not 70 hours, that means now you need to learn to separate these concepts a little bit. I don't load you with too much terminology. I don't give you too many words to know. I didn't start off in the beginning and say the past tense is madi and the present tense is mudari. And even now you'll forget that. But I'll keep saying it over and over until it's like, oh yeah, that's madi, that's madi, that's madi.
Yeah.
Madi means past tense. Mudari means present tense.
Yeah.
Ism fa'il is the person who does something in the dictionary.
Yeah.
Ism maf'ul is the person something is done to them in the dictionary.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you see the word ism next to it,
Yeah.
it can't be part of the sentence analysis.
Yeah.
It has to be just a word analysis. Okay?
Yes.
With that, take a good old break and then we'll start your quiz.
That's a lot. I have to,
I'll take a few questions from you guys too. Jawad, fire away.
So can we say ism maf'ul is somebody who has something done to them in the dictionary?
Correct. Absolutely. Ism maf'ul is someone who has something done to them in the dictionary.
Can student be both ism fa'il and ism maf'ul?
Yes, in English it can be, but in Arabic they make a separation between them, and we'll learn that inshallah. So a student can be muta'allimun, which is an ism fa'il. You'll learn that family later, and it could be an ism maf'ul, mu'allamun, and that's used in the Quran actually.
All right.
Muhammad is an ism maf'ul. Yes, it is in the dictionary. Yes. And we'll learn what family it comes from. We'll learn some beautiful things about the word Muhammad when we get to that point, inshallah. There's such beautiful lessons in sarf that are coming. It'll just transform how you see Quran, transform it completely. It makes me sad when people don't know sarf and they're studying Quran. You're missing out. Rafa and fa'il are the same. Rafa has many manifestations. One of the most common kinds of rafa is to be the doer in the sentence. So yeah, you can say rafa is fa'il. Not ism fa'il, fa'il. What's the difference between fa'il and rafa? Sanya, it's not that hard. Rafa is, that status can be used for something that has no reason to be any other status. And the most popular reason to make something rafa is that it's a fa'il. So rafa is bigger, and one kind of rafa is fa'il. That's really what it boils down to. Can you please repeat the second line of ajbara? You saying ajbara?
I take them in akhbara.
Write it out. I suppose I can write it out. Akhbara. So first line is akhbara. Sorry. يخبر إخبارا فهو مخبر أخبر يخبر إخبارا فهو مخبر. Irfan, if you really want to know the terms for past passive and present passive, it won't make you a better Muslim right now, but I can tell them to you. It's called al-fi'l al-madi al-mabni lil-majhul and al-fi'l al-mudari al-mabni lil-majhul. Yeah, that's why I didn't say it. Okay.
Some requests to translate the passive version of aslama.
No, because it's actually intransitive, so it doesn't make sense. I've been avoiding answering that question. It doesn't make sense. Remember earlier on I said transitives can be made passive, intransitives are not made passive. I'm actually only making you do the passive line of aslama because Islam is an easy word to remember. So if you're more comfortable saying akhbara, I'm okay with that too. It's fine. But it doesn't make sense. The second line actually doesn't make sense. It's just for you to understand the sounds.
Earlier when you were talking about munzil and munzal, I just lost the question. The question was something along the lines of how in this case is the word Allah ism fa'il when it doesn't fit the pattern.
The word Allah is not an ism fa'il. Who said the word Allah is ism fa'il? I never said that. I said munzil is an ism fa'il. The word Allah is not even from sarf. It's jamid. We'll learn about jamid later. Go over nahu of what, Nazia? Can you write all the words? So our family, I lost that one. So our family member can test us, please. Yeah, they're there. You can just screenshot this. What you have here? Oh, you mean the vocabulary? The terms? Past is fi'l, or just say madi, it's fine. Madi. Present is mudari'. Urdu speakers, please don't say muzari'. Mudari'. Mudari'. And then the idea is the masdar. And then the doer ism. The doer ism from the dictionary is the ism fa'il. And then the done to ism from the dictionary point of view is the ism maf'ul. So those are your terms so far. Shouldn't the first line ism fa'il be mukhbirun? It is. Oh, mukhbir. Oh, that mukhbirun. It is. I don't know what you're talking about.
Somebody asked if pronouns can be ism fa'il or ism maf'ul.
You tell me. A pronoun in the dictionary, like he, in the dictionary, does that mean he is the doer of something? It doesn't. So no. Ism fa'il is when something fits the pattern of the words we're telling you. For now, if it rhymes with Muslim. Ustad, is there any ism fa'il in this sentence? In what sentence, bro?
The sentence is I slept late.
No, there's no ism fa'il in I slept late. There's only a fa'il in I slept late. No, u'lima would be he was informed. A'lama, he informed. U'lima, he was informed. Okay, now I'll take whatever question and kind of answer it in detail so everybody can benefit. A killer, murderer is the one who does the act of killing. That's an ism fa'il. But victim, murdered, deceased is by meaning is the one who was killed. That's ism maf'ul. Yes, Amna Khan. Correct. Does mudari' have any? No, that's zara', not dara'. That's why you don't say muzari'. Mudari'. Farming in Arabic is with a za, zara'. Urdu speakers, man. Muzari'. That's a good one. Couldn't a ism fa'il be the one who's doing something in this? It can be, but not necessarily. Aha, it can be. Now I can't call it ism fa'il anymore. Stop. Could you tell the status of al-fafan? No, because that's not what we're doing. Why are you caught up in al-fafan, which means intertwined branches? He's caught up in al-faf. What is that? Okay. In Turkish, we say mazi and muzari. Yes, but you're not learning mazi and muzari. You're learning madi and mudari'. Guru shuruz. Okay, tashakkurlar. Now please say madi and mudari'. Ay wallah.
Somebody asked me, I think 2 days ago, why we say Musliman in Urdu.
Yaar, go ask your uncle why you say Musalman in Urdu. What am I going to tell you? Please give example of ism fa'il and ism maf'ul from the Quran. And what if I don't? What's going to happen? Ism fa'il and ism maf'ul from the Quran. Well, there's lots of them, but I want to only give you the ones that the family we've covered. So, okay, so mushrik, mushrikun,
Mursaleen.
Let's do those. Mushrikun and mursaleen. Let's do these two. That's great. And this will broaden your understanding and application of the families too. So mushrikuna is from the Muslim chart, right? So the singular version is mushrikun, right? Mushrikun. And mursaleen is the ina is a combination from page 6, and the singular is mursalun. And so mushrikun sounds like what you memorized, the ism fa'il muslimun, and mursalun sounds like muslamun. So what that means is that this is an ism, this one is an ism fa'il, and this one is an ism maf'ul. Is that clear to everybody? How I found ism fa'il and ism maf'ul? Is that much clear? Like mushrik is an ism fa'il and mursal is an ism maf'ul because muslamun is an ism maf'ul. Okay, now let's take this a step further. Ashraka, listen carefully now. I won't write it. I will not write it. Ashraka yushriku ishrakan fahuwa mushrikun. Ashraka, he associated. Yushriku, he associates. Ishrakan, to associate. Fahuwa mushrikun, so he is one who associates. That's what a mushrik is, right? They associate with Allah. Mushrikun billah, right? So the mushrikun are called mushrikun because they are those who the people who associate. The people who do the act of associating are called mushrik. That's why they're an ism fa'il. Now let's think about arsala. Arsala, he sent. Yursilu, like yuslimu, he sends. Irsalan, to send. Fahuwa mursilun, then he's a sender. Then he is a sender. And Allah calls himself a mursil also, a sender. Ursila, he was sent. Yursalu, he is being sent. Irsalan, to send. Fahuwa mursalun, the one, he is someone who has been sent, or the person being sent. Messengers are called rasul, but they're also called mursal, the ones that are sent. And then in sarf, we study what's the difference between a mursal, which is an ism maf'ul, which means the person who is sent, right? The person who is sent, as opposed to a rasul, which is a messenger. So there's actually a pretty big difference between them. A lot of translations basically just say messengers for both of them, but they're not. One is an ism maf'ul, the others, you haven't learned this yet. This is called an ism mubalagha, ala wazni fa'ul. A messenger is someone who delivers a message. So actually it's an exaggerated form or an hyperbolized form of an ism fa'il, which you haven't learned yet. But more importantly, this one you have learned. When you say something is done to someone, they're an ism maf'ul. So they're not sending, they have been sent. When Quran uses the word mursal for messengers, Allah is telling us nothing they're doing is because they want to necessarily. They don't have a choice in saying, well, I guess you guys don't want to hear what I have to say, so I'll just move to some other town. No, I wasn't sent to you with this message on my own accord. I have been charged with this. This has been imposed on me as an obligation. So messengers love their people. They want to deliver the message, but before anything else, it's a duty on them because they didn't come, they were sent. They're being sent by. So the idea is, wait, so you're not doing this on your own? you've been sent, you're a person who's been sent, then the question arrives, who have you been sent by? And in ancient times, when somebody came to a town with a warning, usually they were sent by a king. Hear ye, hear ye. You know, the army cometh, you better surrender or whatever. Here's a pre-warning before we wreck your town or whatever. Guess what? The same theme is implied when messengers come and they say that they have been sent because they've been sent by the King of Kings, right? To impose or to remind the people of his authority that they are rebelling against. They're rebelling against the kingdom of Allah, as opposed to rebelling against the kingdom of a king, and the village better watch out before the armies arrive. The messenger comes and lets them know, I'm not here as your enemy. I'm letting you know you're rebelling against the king. And so the idea that they are, did something break? Oh, so the idea is all of that comes from the fact that we observe that mursal is an ism maf'ul. So it's good that you're asking these questions. I was going to kind of start throwing some things your way about, you know, how this study is going to affect how deeply you look at words in the Quran. Nahu will have you look at how you look at a sentence in the Quran. Sarf will make you look at a word deeply, because sarf is about a word, right? So it'll make you look at a word more deeply. That's good that we went through that a little bit. Ustad, I slept late. Is there any ism fa'il in the sentence? I already answered that, Sajid. I said no. Yeah, a sentence doesn't have to have an ism fa'il.
Ustad, if sender is an ism fa'il, does that mean receiver is the ism maf'ul?
No, the English word receiver would be an ism fa'il too, because you're doing the act of receiving. But the one sent, you have to phrase it, even though I know what you mean, sender, receiver, right? But you'd have to change the word to the one being sent to. You have to make it sound like a done to for it to technically be an ism maf'ul. And Arabs do that very clearly. The English language doesn't. Sometimes in English language, you can look at a word as an ism fa'il and an ism maf'ul at the same time, like receiver. You could say receiver, he did the act of receiving, or you could say receive from who? Or recipient. Ism maf'ul would be more recipient, maybe. Our pronouns ism maf'uls. Pronouns are neither ism fa'il nor ism maf'ul. Leave pronoun alone. We're doing sarf. Is present and future form same in Arabic? Yes, Irfan, it is. Okay, you guys ready for your quiz? Give them 1 minute and then put it up on the screen, Jawad. Guys, get ready. It's quiz time. Okay. Come on. Yes, it's close to the present passive, except in Umuba, you said when I translate the ism maf'ul, it sounds like the present passive, because in English I don't have much choice. But you should know that one is an act limited by time and the other is a person. Alia, are you completely understanding everything for me to have time for you to do Quran examples? Or can I build a little bit of your knowledge base so I can do Quran examples that will actually make sense to you? Quiz has begun.
10 minutes?
10 minutes. Start the timer.
Oh, not yet.
How much time do we have left, Jawad?
About 1:30.
Okay.
No. Okay. Do we find like the invisible is if it's there or not?
Yes.
So there's
Just do you draw a line wherever the is supposed to go?
if it's mudaf ilayh, there's an of. Wait, no, hold on. I'm thinking the wrong thing. It was Oh, if it was if it has a pointer, And the pointer.
Well, there's no pointer in the section, so you don't have to worry about it. Sorry, Jawad, I was speaking. You can start writing the answers in. So number 1 is nasab. It's singular and feminine because of the round ta, the ta marbuta. And it is proper because of the al. Let's go to Ismail. It is nasab or jar because it's not an Arab name,
Yeah.
which makes it partly flexible, like Yusuf.
Yeah.
And the rafa nasab jar are Yusufu, Yusufa,
Yusufa.
Yusufa. Therefore, the a sound could be nasab or jar.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the answer is nasab or jar.
Yes.
It's the name of a man, alayhi salam. So it's one in masculine. And it's a proper name, so it's proper. Al-Quwwata.
How are we supposed to know that it was a name?
You didn't know Ismail is a name?
Oh, see, no.
That's how you were supposed to know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did you not know Ismail is Ibrahim alayhi salam's son?
No, I knew that. It's
Then you
just-
did know.
I
That's
just-
all.
I just didn't read it. Like, I read it too fast. I was
Yeah.
thinking about the word.
Gotta think.
So,
Al-Quwwata is nasab
so
because of the a sound.
mm-hmm.
It's singular feminine because of the round ta.
Mm-hmm.
So one F. And it's proper because of the al.
Yes.
Al-Muttaqina is nasab or jar because the ina combination could
Yeah.
be nasab or jar.
Mm-hmm.
It's masculine plural, so 3M, because the ina is from the plural column.
Yeah.
And al makes it proper.
Yes.
Hasanatun is rafa' because of the un.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one feminine.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's common because there's no al.
Yeah.
Okay.
So only missed one on that. So 80 on this one.
Okay. You're clear about your mistake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't read the name correctly. That's on me.
And the status, you also messed up on the name.
Yes.
وَإِنَّ عَلَيْكُمْ لَحَافِظِينَ has two fragments. عَلَيْكُمْ is a jar majroor. So it's a harf of jar. عَلَى bata kaf lam. Do this with me. Bata kaf lam waw min fi an ala. Ala becomes alay when it comes on a pronoun.
Yeah.
So alaykum is harf of jar and its victim. Harf of nasab can have a distanced victim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So inna is in the beginning, and
Yeah.
hafidhina
Mm-hmm.
became nasab because of inna.
Yeah.
So that's the second fragment in here, harf of nasab.
Yeah.
Good. Those two. Number 2.
Okay,
Ilm al-yaqini is a light no al followed by jar.
Yeah.
It's definitely a case of mudaf and mudaf
Mudaf
ilayh. So it's an idafa. Kal farash al-mabthuthi is two fragments. Ka is bata kaf lam waw. The kaf makes the al-farashi jar.
Yeah.
So there's a harf of jar situation here. And then al-farashi and al-mabthuthi are both jar, both masculine, both singular,
Yeah.
both proper. That makes them mawsuf sifa. Did you get that?
Yeah. I got that.
Yeah. See, I just put Masul Sifa and
You didn't put the kal farash, the ka part?
no.
No, you got to catch that. Okay?
Yeah.
So half off there.
Okay.
Hada baladan aminan. Hada and baladan is not a fragment because there's no al there.
Yeah.
So in this one also only wants you to identify fragments, so that's not a fragment. But baladan aminan look like a mawsuf sifa. They're both nasab singular, masculine, and common. And then we've got identify the is. To remind you, you can tell there's going to be an is when there's no other connection. So the moment you can't find any other, and what are the connections? Either mudaf, mudaf ilayh, mawsuf, sifa, harf jar, harf nasab, or pointer with al. If you don't find one of those 5, then there's an is in the ism study. So innal abrara is a harf of nasab and its victim became nasab. But after that, la fi is not connected to al abrara. There's no connection. That's why right after innal abrara there's an is. Okay. So that's where it goes. Even if you don't write that, just look at it and tell me that you can see what's happening there. Then let me put it full screen so you can see better. Ana rabbukum al-a'la. The shortcut is whenever you see an independent pronoun, is an is right after it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
So, and even if you didn't remember that, there's no connection between ana and rabbukum. So that becomes is I am your most high master. Wallahu alimun hakim. The word Allah is proper. Alimun and hakimun are common. Or halimun rather is common. So proper followed by common is. Also, there's no connection. You can't call these mawsuf sifa because alim is not proper. As-sa'atu maw'iduhum. Well, maw'iduhum looks like a mudaf mudaf ilayh. Maw'id is light, no al, and an attached pronoun makes it a mudaf mudaf ilayh. And as-sa'atu is kind of disconnected from it. So as-sa'atu is maw'iduhum.
Yeah.
So that's a hard one for you guys. But still, I needed to give that a little bit of review and touch on it. Now questions. We'll take 5 more minutes. We started a little late today.
So in like a single word, like for the identifying fragments, there could be like multiple like fragments in one.
Right. They can be. They can be on top of each other.
Okay.
Sure.
I did not know that, so
Okay.
that's it.
Are these quizzes helping, guys?
Helping my review.
The last 2? Yeah. So whenever you have a Irfan, is present and future form same in Arabic? Irfan, stop yourself. Focus on what we're doing now. Good. Thank you very much. Could you explain the different mawsuf? Male or word? No, I clicked the wrong one. Can you highlight that one for me, Jawad?
Which one? May.
Could you explain? It started with could you explain?
All right. Let me just find it.
Well, the lam, the lahafidhina. Let me do each question first. Then I'll come back to that one. Lahafidhina is nasab because of inna. The lam is not a harf of jar because if it was, it would have been li, not la. La just means definitely. Could you explain the different mawsuf, sif, and mudaf mudaf ilayh, please? Sure. Well, the mudaf mudaf ilayh in number 2 in section 2, ilm al-yaqeen, that would be a mudaf mudaf ilayh. I don't see another one until you get to the next section. So in the next section, you've got rabbukum. Rabbu is the mudaf, kum is the mudaf ilayh. And maw'iduhum, maw'id is the mudaf, and the hum is the mudaf ilayh. Because whenever you have an ism and a pronoun, they become mudaf and mudaf ilayh.
I think the question might have been the difference between them.
Oh, that you got to review. You need to review then. The difference between a mudaf mudaf ilayh and a mawsuf sifa. Can somebody nicely explain that in a comment with brief language? What's the difference between a mudaf mudaf ilayh and sifa in meaning? Forget in grammar, in meaning.
Mudaf ilayh is it's the word after of, and then mawsuf sifa is they both like match.
Number 4 is not pointer. No, as-sa'a is not a pointer.
Mawsuf sifa.
I think they're talking about Hada, Balad, and Amina.
Yeah, well, it's a pointer, but it's not a fragment. To be a fragment, you have to have al with it. Is anybody answering that question? Okay, how do we know if it's a harf of jar or is just part of the word? Somebody asked. Well, if it looks like a harf of jar and then the word became jar after it, then it's, the glove fits. Sherlock? Yes, manha, idafa has an of in between, mawsuf sifa is a noun and adjective. And the rules are totally different. Noun and adjective properties match. Mudaf mudaf ilayh is light, no al, followed by jar. So you guys need a review of that if that's becoming unclear.
How is Rabbukumul A'la connected?
It is connected because Rabbu is the mudaf, kum is the mudaf ilayh. Then the word Rabbu has four properties, which are singular, just like al-a'la, masculine, just like al-a'la, and you don't know that yet, but the alif maqsura can be feminine, can be masculine, and this time it's definitely masculine, and you'll learn that in sarf. It's Rabbu is rafa, and al-a'la can be rafa, therefore it is, and Rabbu is proper, and al-a'la is also proper. So Rabbu is actually the mawsuf, and al-a'la is the sifa. Al-a'la means the highest. Ana rabbukumul a'la actually means I am your supreme or highest master. That's what the Pharaoh said to his people. I am your highest master. So al-a'la is an adjective of rabbukum.
Jumalaya ismiya. Finding the invisible independent pronouns are usually followed by is ana.
You're looking at that page for hints? Good.
Yeah. Pointer word.
Make this the PDF version of this available to students so they can download it and kind of retake it for themselves.
Proper followed.
Inshallah, not just the screenshot.
Without the answers, right?
Without the answers. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. So here's the plan, inshallah. We're at day 4 or 5 now.
Day 6.
This is day 4.
Day 4 of Sarf is day 4.
Day 4 of Sarf, yes.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do over the next few days is I'm gonna finish the Aslama family, and so tomorrow my job is to finish the Aslama family with you guys. What I need from you guys is your page 33 and 39 need to be solid, and up to where I ended, Aslama yuslimu islaman fahuwa muslimun, uslima yuslamu islaman fahuwa muslimun. That needs to be like, there's no pauses.
Okay.
Like I can't afford pauses.
Okay.
And you need to be able to do it with a few other words.
Okay.
So yesterday's homework assignment needs to be repeated.
Okay.
The same audio file, not a new one.
Okay.
Same one. Mariam, you listening? That
Yeah.
needs to be repeated, and it needs to be rock solid. No excuses. I don't care how much pain you have to go through today, but tomorrow I expect it. I will go slow, but I won't go slow enough that we stop learning. So tomorrow we're going to finish the Aslama family,
Yeah.
which means we have to do al-amru minhu aslim wa nahyu anhu la tuslim wa dharfu minhu muslamun. We're going to finish that up tomorrow and look at what that means. And then I'm going to introduce you to a second family.
Okay.
So we got to finish the Aslama family tomorrow and start a new family tomorrow. We're doing both of those things, inshallah ta'ala. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So what will the questions be about tomorrow for the quiz?
The quiz? Yeah, well, before I end the broadcast, the quiz tomorrow, I will make it about light and lightest present tense.
Light and lightest present tense?
Yes, light and lightest present tense. That's what the
Okay.
quiz is about tomorrow.
There's 12 questions of light and lightest?
Yep.
Okay. That's
Normal, light,
light,
lightest.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that one was pretty easy to
Oh,
understand.
so you should review it.
Yeah, should.
You're going to get slammed. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.